Puente, the Spanish word for bridge. Good morning, and welcome to another beautiful day here in Chile. Not exactly the way that I thought that I would start my day today, but I'm going to show you guys this morning how they make these delicious tortillas. And we came out to the Campo area just outside of Linares to show you guys. And it starts with making a fire. After you make the fire right over here, you spread those ashes on top of the bread pieces. And it's super hot and the bread rises just so perfectly. And this is just a massive space with probably around 40 different bread pieces. I don't know, let's count. 1, 2. So right back there, they're putting all of the flour together, they're kneading all of the bread, and I can tell that they make a whole lot of tortillas here because that machine is pretty high tech for this house that we're in, and there's a whole lot of flour that's going in there. They just have bags of flour. Also, they're making fresh empanadas right here, de pino. And that is the typical empanada that you find here in Chile. In fact, I went to Ecuador and they make these same empanadas there and they call them empanadas de Chile, or Chilean empanadas, because they're so good in all parts of the world. Also, here they have cafe. But this coffee, is a little bit different than the coffee that we're used to in the United States. This coffee is café de trigo. And I don't know exactly what to expect. However, they make it with this. This one right here. So, it's called a, what is it? Papa? Pava. It's called a pava. I have no idea. They also sell rabbits. So this is the tortilla that I'm talking about. And typically when we go out to the mountains, we grab one of these tortillas. But I've never sat down and had a tortilla in a restaurant, especially like this. It is something really special, and I'm gonna enjoy it. Also, you have to eat this bread with fresh eggs. The eggs here are so much different because they're hardly cooked. They just melt right in your mouth, and they're almost like a water mixture with a egg. But that's not a good description. They're delicious. Just trust me. So before I actually eat, I want to show you guys the last process of taking these tortillas off of the fire. And basically they're just taking it with this shovel here, picking out the different tortillas that are not wrapped at all. They're just under this ash, and then they clean them. I feel like if you're in for a true Linares adventure in figuring out how they make this delicious bread, I think that you should come here. It's just outside of Linares, and I'll put a link right below to show you a map of exactly where we are, but it was one of the coolest experiences, I think, that I've had here in Chile. Because it is super distinct. I've never seen them actually make this bread before. I never knew that they just had to wipe it all off and then use this special tool in order to get all of that ash off of the bread. I've never heard of that, and I think it's something really special to Chile and to Linares. So, these guys are awesome. I will be back, but time for the next part of my adventure today. Elise is not going to be too happy about this one. Alright, so let me tell you a little story. About 6 or 7 years ago, I went fishing with my dad and a friend of mine. We had 3 people in my dad's boat, and it was the best fishing experience I've ever had in my entire life. I think we were fishing for maybe 3 hours, and after those 3 hours, we caught over 300 fish. It was every single cast. You cast it out, and you bring in a fish. You cast it out, you bring in a fish. I've never seen anything like it, and I don't know if I ever will. So as we were preparing to leave, there was another boat that was wondering if we caught any fish, of course. And we said, no. Didn't catch a single thing. Had a terrible time. And their response was, us too. Didn't catch anything. We didn't want to give away our secret. The same thing I feel like is here in Chile. And everywhere. So these guys grew up coming to this little beach. And right now there's a lot of water because it's just after the rainy season. However, I feel like everyone has a story of this place that they know in Chile. But you have to know them in order to figure it out. It's not written anywhere online, and you don't know about it unless you go on a tour or you know somebody. But this is another one of those experiences where you go to this amazing place, absolutely beautiful, and there's no way I would have known about it unless my friend Hugo took me here. The other cool thing about going on a little adventure is that you get to see things that you don't ordinarily see. So these here are aromo trees. And these trees are really popular here in Chile, especially along the rivers and wet areas. And it's a sign, at least to me, that summer is coming and it's almost spring. Because they bloom, they're so beautiful and so yellow. And you can see them from so far away. You've probably seen them in some of my videos before, but they're just so pretty. Right now you can hear all the bees right around all of the trees here. They're taking in all of the nectar, but pretty cool. They're just really beautiful. And I'm alive. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video for today. If you did, please give it a big old thumbs up. We'll see you guys next time for another adventure. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All of the links are right below. But for now, ciao pescado. Elise is not going to be happy about this one.